This podcast was recorded live in the Purple Room Studio.
Back for a good lock-in. My can then again, so he doesn't knock it over. Jeez Louise.
Yes.
What a guy.
Well, with that being said, I will say hello, everyone.
Oh.
Welcome to the StreamVoid podcast, episode 169.
Good Lord.
All right, we went from the 69th episode. Now we're 100 episodes from the 69th episode.
Dude, you know what that means?
No, actually, I don't.
We got a 69.
Oh! With a 1 in front?
Yes, exactly. Someone's watching.
Someone's watching.
Yeah.
We'll be frank.
Yeah, exactly.
I am Mikey T. And of course, across from me is KurbStomped.
That's me.
My 69 partner.
Yep.
You can find us
Good Lord.
everywhere.
Oh, no.
Under our respected monikers. Oof. And you are listening to the StreamVoid podcast. This is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
It sure is.
And speaking of in-between stuff.
Yes.
Tell me about it. Tell me about your in-between stuff.
Oh, yeah. It was work week time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we had a lot of crapping coming in.
Oh, yeah? You get tarps?
Yeah, we got tarps.
Yeah!
I hate tarps. So we buy them from China, for those that don't know, which would be everybody. Why would you know this? And we get a whole container load of them in. And they cost, I don't know how many pieces we got. Multiple thousands of tarps. But it's 50,000 USD worth of tarps is how many I ordered.
Oh, jeez.
So we have to unload them, and they come in on the container, not on skids or anything. They're just stacked floor to not quite roof high.
Yeah.
And we have to take them out, put them onto a skid, and then we take the skid and put them in the container. So we have to handle them all twice, basically.
Yep.
And it sucks because some of them are light, when you get to the medium sizes, usually they're the lightest because they can only bundle like 2 of them together. Mm-hmm. But it's either the really big ones that are huge bundles because they fold up so big, or the really small ones because they can put 60 in a bundle that are the heavy ones, right?
Yeah.
So they weigh anywhere from let's say 10 pounds to 70, 80 pounds, depending on the size of the bundle. So yeah, I was on the truck putting them onto the skids. And that wasn't too bad. It took, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours to unload and put them all away.
Yeah.
But you would think we had less people than normal to do it, but it went faster. But I think that's because the more people in the container doesn't make it go any faster. Because they always think let's do a fireman brigade, and you just pass it along. That doesn't make it go fast. That just makes it go as slow as the slowest person.
Yes.
So having 4 people or 2, it's whatever. Mm-hmm. So thankfully I didn't put that many away in the container because they were pretty good when we were unloading them to get them put away. So by the time the container was unloaded, I put some away, and then I just went back and did my regular work for a couple hours. So that was fine. But I was dead tired all week because beforehand I was getting ready for them, tidying up, moving the ones we had left over. So that sucked. And then also we had frozen food come in, and a container load of, well, not a container, but a trailer load of frozen food, right? And oh my gosh. So beforehand I had to make room for the frozen food, which means go in the freezer, freeze your ass off, move stuff around, whatever. And then when the truck comes, it's only me and one other guy basically doing it.
Yeah.
And it was funny. The boss came up to me. He's like, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" And I was like, "What do you need?" He's like, "Well, this frozen food's not coming until 3:30. Could you stay and work overtime?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. Whatever." So I had to stay an extra 2 hours after.
A little overtime pay.
Yeah.
It's good for your wallet.
Yeah. And but I broke the pallet jack.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Pallet jack,
the power pallet jack?
No.
Just regular.
Just a regular manual. And if you don't know, you put it has 2 legs on it, goes into a skid, and you jack it up, and then you can move it around.
And you snap off the last rung of the pallet.
Well, yeah, if you're not operating it properly, sure, yeah, that'll happen.
Jack, crack! Like, oh god,
yeah.
pull it down a little bit. Pull it out a little bit. Most skids we get
are properly built, so that very rarely happens. But no, so I was like, I had the pallet jack there, and I was like, bring it up on the truck, and I was trying to turn it around to put it in the skid, and the one wheel just went off the edge of the truck, and once it starts going, I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
So there was no skid on it. It was just the pallet jack by itself, but it fell off the truck onto the ground, right?
Yeah.
It sort of bounced around, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, oh crap, that sucks. But they picked it up, put it back on the truck, and I used it for like 8 skids, no problem. And then I'm on this one, I'm like, it's really stuck. Like, like what's going on here? And I'm just yanking on it, and the wheel's just like snaps off the thing. So there's
one of the fork wheels.
No, the steering one. So there's 2 of those 2 wheels where you sort of steer it from.
Yep.
So I could still operate it with it broken off, but I just was like, give me the other pallet jack, get this off of here. So anyways, it was all like skids that were like taller than me. They're like 7 feet tall or whatever, of like French fries or like potato wedges. Mm-hmm. So imagine how much a skid of potatoes weighs.
Yeah.
It's like 2,000 pounds probably. And I'm sliding around in the freezers trying to move them because like the floor is like metal and it's all frozen and it's raining and my feet are wet and I go in the they freeze. So I got ice on them on my shoes. So it's pretty brutal moving around.
That's great.
But I was dead ass tired that whole week. I would literally come home from work, shower, eat dinner, and then lay down in bed. And it'd be like 8 o'clock. I'd be like, I can't fall asleep yet. I must stay awake. Just like trying to stay awake. Because if I went to sleep at 8, I'd wake up at like 3 in.
Yeah.
So I would be struggling. Like maybe if I sit up in my bed, I can watch some more American Dad and not fall asleep. It was brutal. That was pretty much all week except Friday night because Friday I was in the office. So
nice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you should do. You should become just an old man. Go to bed at 8.
Yeah.
Wake up at 3. Stream until work, and then go to work.
Oh yeah, maybe. Might be the way to go.
You'd lose most of your viewership.
Yeah.
Normal viewership, but then you would start bringing in people from like Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
UK.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? It was it was a week anyways. But normally, like, I'm not laying in bed at like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, it's just this whole week I was so tired. Like I was so sore. Like my back was fine, but like I was like, oh, my arms are sore, and I just lay in bed like, So
that's like me and if I have to stay in a hotel.
Oh yeah.
And there's nothing to do in the town.
Yeah.
If I'm like just there for the night, I'm just like 7 o'clock. I guess I'll go to bed.
Yeah.
I guess I'll watch a movie in bed and that's it.
Fall asleep.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So that was that pretty much. And then Friday I was in the office. Normally I'd be in the office earlier in the week, but it was just so much shit going on. Even the boss didn't know what was going on because he was like, oh, we can pay you overtime or if you want to like leave early on Friday or whatever. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to work all day tomorrow. Like I have all this stuff to do in the office. He's like, tomorrow's Friday? And I was like, yeah, tomorrow's Friday, dude.
Classic time warp.
Yeah. So yeah, it was whatever.
Yeah. It's going to start time warping for me pretty bad. Pretty quick.
Really? Well, what about you?
Work was work. Uh-huh. It's very busy at work now.
Oh yeah.
I'm got lots of things to do.
Mm.
Yeah, nothing too spectacular, really, from like the 9 to 5.
No.
Been working hard on the Game Hub, though.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a pretty big announcement coming up here, probably next week.
Ooh, is that a teaser?
That could be a teaser.
Wow.
Could be a teaser.
Leaves us hanging like that.
Right. It's nothing, nothing super official, but it's like 99% official.
Oh, ooh la la.
So yeah, that's pretty exciting. So yeah, I've been working on the Game Hub nonstop all week. Go to work, come home, go to work.
Nice. Where do I deliver my resume?
We're not hiring yet.
Oh, okay.
But we will be.
When you know, point. You will know.
When I know, you will know.
Okay, we'll talk about benefits. The benefits
package. That's something that we haven't quite looked into yet for our, because business partner, he's already got benefits through his own benefits plan. I've already got benefits through my work, so we still need to come up with a benefits plan for the regular employees.
Benefits.
For the old regular employees. Did you know that we now have advanced dental benefits through medical?
You do?
No, everyone does.
How so?
With the government.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You can now apply for dental coverage.
And why do you have to apply? Why don't they just give it to you?
I don't know. I think you have to apply. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really looked into it, but I know
pre-existing condition.
Yeah, maybe. If you if your household makes less than 90K a year, you can get on there.
Oh, crazy!
I was like, oh, finally,
nice.
Some dental benefits.
Yeah. That's weird. Awesome. The dental. You know what's so funny too is just today I was thinking, as I was getting in the shower, I don't know why I was thinking about this. But I was thinking about evolution.
Yeah.
And like how we've evolved over whatever millions of years, that like we don't have a tail anymore. We aren't covered in fur because we don't need it.
Yeah.
But it's like, why did every creature on the planet Earth evolve with such shitty teeth? Like, why did we not evolve into a tooth that doesn't get tooth decay?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's that all about?
I don't know. It's weird.
Jeez Louise. I think that's the number one indicator there's no intelligent design out there.
Yeah, because every animal kind of gets tooth decay.
Yeah, they get tartar and they get whatever, and it's just like, why would God do this to us?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's forsaken us.
And I mean, yeah, humans eat a lot of things we shouldn't be eating.
Yeah,
which causes tooth decay. But then it's like, well, there's animals in the wild that get tooth decay too.
Yeah,
or maybe not in the wild, but maybe. Horses and stuff, cared for husbandry animals.
It's a little different for horse, I think, because their teeth continually grow, I think. But I'm thinking of like dogs and cats and all that shit.
We don't tend to feed our animals very good either.
No. Yeah, maybe I can.
Sometimes.
Maybe I am wrong, but even still, like, think about, I don't know, like, maybe it's just the way movies portray like olden times, but it's like everyone's teeth are rotten back in the day. And like poor people weren't eating like nice foods that had like lots of sugars in it.
No.
It was like they're eating potato and like meat.
And beer.
Yeah, beer, exactly.
It's all the mead.
So I don't know.
All the sugars in the mead, I guess.
I don't know. Anyways.
Or the wine. Yeah, who knows?
Give me my tail back is what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine all you could do with a tail. Yeah, exactly. You can hang from a tree.
Yeah. None of my pants would fit. You'd be scrolling TikTok, brushing your teeth with your tail.
Exactly. You don't even need dude, the tail's got fur on it. You don't even need a toothbrush. You can just use your tail.
Then you got all your fur in your teeth.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. Anyways, disgusting. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
Yeah, dental coverage.
Dental coverage,
yeah. Benefits. Wow, it goes all the way back to that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Holy.
What a tangent.
Wow.
What a tangent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was my work week. I've been using SketchUp a lot over the week, but my SketchUp trial ends today.
Oh, sad.
I got to sign up for another trial.
Sign up for another free trial. I'm going to report you to the SketchUp CEO.
Probably. I should probably just buy it.
Can't you just use like Unreal Engine for free?
Yes, but SketchUp is so easy. Okay. It's ridiculous.
All right.
It's so like I've been going through and looking at display fixtures, and then just because they tell you the dimensions, and then I just model it based on those dimensions, and I have an accurate model that I can like kind of fit into a layout.
I see.
Yeah, nice. That's how that fits. That's how that's going to look there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been super handy.
That's good.
And yeah, just tons of hours just learning how to model, even though modeling is so easy in it.
Yeah.
Went to a bachelor/bachelorette party last night.
Oh, baby.
Got a couple of old raver friends getting married.
Oh, baby.
To each other.
Oh, to each other, right?
Yeah, weird.
What kind of songs do ravers walk down the aisle to?
It's a good
Sandstorm,
question. Probably.
Darude.
I mean, when we walked in there, that was playing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that Snapchat was about last night?
Yeah.
I was like, where is he right now? There's a lot of crazy music going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was up at Masses at Sun Peaks.
Okay.
That Briscoe and I were hanging out. And we were like, I was like, I'm going to go up there. You want to come? And he's like, yeah. So we were like, let's get out of the house. And then we got up there. Listen, yeah. It's good little drive up there. Listen to music, had a good chat. Got up there and then it's just like music's cranked up. Or like, God. And trying to... Everyone is from like the old raver group there, and you know everyone, so you're like trying to catch up with people by screaming at them on the dance floor.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, well, we've been here an hour. Let's go.
Yeah, we've put in our
put in our time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's way too loud. It's great to see everybody, but yeah, we're already suffering from hearing loss. So let's go stand outside, and then let's wait till everyone goes inside and leave.
Yeah, exactly. Smart play.
Yeah, it was fun seeing everybody.
Nice.
Even though trying to converse with anybody is literally impossible.
Yeah, exactly. The way it should be.
Yeah. That was essentially my week. I only played Gameclub.
I only played Gameclub as well as except Friday night when I streamed, I played a little game called Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Oh, yes. A little Cal Kestis.
Yep. He's back.
Hopping around all nimble bimble.
Yep. He's back. It got added to Game Pass finally.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I'll play this. And as soon as you start, an indeterminate amount of time has passed.
Oh, indeterminate.
Because nobody's with Cal anymore. He's got all these new people with him.
Oh.
There's like Gabs and there's Bode and there's this other guy and this other guy. And I was like, oh, these guys are all going to die. And they all died except one.
Yeah.
Because I was like, who the fuck are these characters? No one gives a flying shit about them. And they're all palling around like, oh, remember that time we were on the planet doing this thing? Oh, you still owe me a drink. And I was like, oh, you guys are dead.
What about, what's the droid's name? BB?
Oh, okay, he's still there. Yeah, BD.
BD.
Yeah. No,
not BB. BD?
BB?
BD?
BD. I can't remember.
I was like, is this the droid the same as the bridge baby?
Yeah. BD1, something like that.
Yeah, BD1.
He's still there. Yeah. And the other thing too is you start off and you're doing double jumps and you're doing all this stuff. And I was like, are they going to take all this away from me? And they don't take any of that stuff away from you. But they do, like, you only have, like, you start with push and pull and all that stuff. But they're all like low level, not like strong or
like you would have been in the last game
at the end of the last one, but you still have it. So,
well, that's good. I was like, oh yeah, how are they gonna?
Yeah,
you're like super powerful.
Because in the first game, he's like all like, I don't know what he had. He didn't have amnesia, but he was like all didn't think he was good enough to use the force powers, and then he would have a recollection, and that would like unlock his.
Yeah, because he went into hiding, just doing.
Yeah, it was like he was too rusty or something like that. Yeah. And then he would like, remember how to do it.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was a Jedi. So in this one, it's kind of like you have the base abilities, but they'll upgrade as you go.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade your stances with abilities. I don't know if that was the way it was in the first one. I think it was all upgrading force powers and stuff. This one, it's like, no, there was attack upgrades, but I don't think it was by stance. I think it was just like by the lightsaber or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I played it, but I already have 1, 2, 3 stances or something like that. Because there's the dual wield Darth Maul style.
Oh yeah. 2
lightsaber style and then 1 lightsaber style.
Bow staff style.
Yeah. So.
That's cool.
But the graphics are nice.
They looked good when I was watching.
But yeah, those new characters were just like trash. I was like, well, these guys are all going to die. And you look at them and they're not really like, as nice to look at as like Merrim or...
They're not well thought out.
I don't know if they're real people. Like in the other ones, like Cal and Seer and all those, they're like face scanned.
Yeah.
Whereas these ones I'm like, this kind of looks like Kazuma Kiryu. Like he's just been modeled. He's not a real person.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't have any of the people. Like this game seems like you're going to re-recruit everybody. Because you don't have Seer, you don't have Miriam, the witch woman. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
And then the Greedle, or Grizz, the little alien spaceship guy. You have his spaceship, but he's not
there.
He's not there.
Huh.
And like something goes wrong with it, and Cal's like, the only person that'll be able to fix this is Grease. I better go find him. It's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play the last one all the way through, or the first one all the way through, so I don't know what happened at the end. Like, what happened to everybody.
I mean, at the end, they destroy the Jedi Omicron or whatever it's called, so they can't find all the Jedi to prevent like Darth Vader from killing them all. And then they're like, we got to go recruit Jedi. Let's find them and bring them together. And then now this game starts, and they're just like gone, and Cal's doing a job for Saw Gerrera. Like, we need to get some information, so they get some information for him. And then we escape, and our ship gets attacked, and flew to another planet where Grease is to go fix him up. But it's more open worldy, it seems, and it's also, I have like subquests. There was an NPC who's like, hey, there's these miners trapped over here. You want to go rescue them? And I was like, okay. So there's like submissions and stuff.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. And all for the price of $0. I like that. That's my favorite price to pay.
$0, hey?
Yeah.
Game
Besides
Pass?
My $20 Game Pass subscription.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. While I was streaming it, I was like, yeah, it's on Game Pass. Like, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby, our friend, was like, oh, cool, I'm going to download it. And he's like, I can't see it. I don't see it. It's not there. I'm like, well, maybe it's because it's Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh.
Because you have to have EA. It's part of the EA Play part. He's like, I have Ultimate. And I'm like, why do you have Ultimate? You don't have a PC. But he got it like a card or whatever. So he's like, yeah, I don't see it. I have Ultimate. And then it was like, oh, it's only on the Series X and S. He only has Xbox One.
Oh, that's too bad. So yeah, because I see it in my Game Pass right here.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm liking it. It's good so far.
I wonder if the old one's on.
Yeah, it's part of EA Play.
Oh wait, I have it on Epic anyway.
Yeah, but it's also part of EA Play. So
I was thinking because I should. Like I'm gonna have time.
Yeah.
I was like, I should play the other one. Like, yeah, there's.
I would just skip to the second one because they improved stuff that was bad in the first one. Like, there's fast traveling in this one, which instantly makes it twice as good.
Yeah,
because in the first one you had to be like, if you were at the start of the level, I'm like, I gotta go all the way to the end of the level. I gotta run the whole way there. Now you can just fast travel to your little meditation points.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
So I
like that.
Yeah, that was pretty much
quality of life update.
Exactly. Pretty much the only thing I played except Death Stranding, which we'll talk about later.
We will talk about it later.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little show that we watched on Prime Video.
Ooh.
It's on Prime.
Yeah.
Came out, and universally everyone
hated it.
Loved it.
Okay.
And that is, of course, Fallout. Fallout, the series.
Yep.
Which could have gone one of two ways.
Good or bad?
Good or bad.
Wow.
Right?
Black or white?
Black or white, good or bad. Yeah.
It can be okay.
There's no gray. It was either going to be amazing or awful.
Okay. I had high hopes, but then I had low hopes when it was like, we're going to release all 8 episodes on the same day. I was like, that's a bad sign. But it was a fine sign.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that. I don't understand. There must be market research that they get more watch time if they release it all at once rather than one a week.
Yeah.
Because you'd think you'd want people to come back for 8 weeks to watch your show. Just even for subscriptions,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, they must have the research that says like, no, it works better to just do it all at once. So
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it. Yeah, for sure.
The Wiener Boy quotient was very low for this show, surprisingly.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything negative or see anything about
I've heard people complaining recently because they screwed up some lore stuff in it, apparently. Like the timeline doesn't match up exactly to the games. Like the dates are wrong or something like that.
Yeah, there was some stuff involving the timeline where I was like, wait a minute.
I didn't notice anything.
Something doesn't make sense here.
I didn't notice anything like that they said. It was more like what I heard was like when she's in like the vault and she's looking at the dates of on the whiteboard, they don't line up to what was established. But the thing too is like, okay, even if it doesn't line up to what's established, like there could have been reporting errors on what they've written on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Because like they're like, there's no civilization left.
Yeah.
Like if they think like, oh yeah, the bombs dropped in 2177, but it was in the game, it was 2176. It's like, okay, well they don't know what fucking year it is. Like it's no big deal.
The thing that threw me off was it was the bombing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The OG bombing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the second bombing, but that was just Shady Sands.
Yes.
So that threw me off because they didn't.
Well, the way they implied
Maximus, when he was born, that was his bombing.
Yeah.
So when they were talking about it like that, I was like, what?
Yeah, he said like, oh, the bombs fell when I was a kid. And she's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's because he didn't know because
exactly.
That's when he was born. That's when the bombs fell.
Yeah.
So it wasn't super clear on that, but they did make it clear by the end.
I think that was intentional just to
probably
cause confusion with the characters because she's still naive about being in the vault and all that stuff, and he's in the real world, so he like wouldn't even think like the bombing 300 years ago or whatever it was, 150 years ago, that's nothing to him, right? So yeah.
Who's the actor that played her brother?
Oh, I don't know, but he was on Hannah Montana or something like that.
I'm like, you're like 13 going on like 45. Like, what is happening here?
He's just really short.
Yeah, really short, and he's supposed to be play like her younger brother. I'm like, you look like you're 30.
I think he's older than her IRL probably, but yes, he's supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be like similar age to her. He's not supposed to be like a 13-year-old kid. Obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Shadow. I think he's just supposed to be like a Wienerly Vault guy that, is brave in spite of being a Wienerly Vault guy.
Yeah.
So I thought the multiple storylines were interesting for all the characters. Mm-hmm. Like, Maximus was interesting. Lucy's interesting. Her brother's interesting. The ghoul is interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they all worked well. There wasn't one where I was like, oh, we're back to this guy again. Because some shows, it'll be like, oh, okay, we don't need to know the backstory of, like, the bartender or whatever,
Yeah.
So, I wasn't even, like, I'm not going to talk about DSP, but this is just he did a review of it, and I saw a bit of it, and he was saying how people were complaining about the show was too woke, and I was like, what? I was like, first of all, I never heard that it was too woke. And then I was like, what part is woke in this show?
Yeah, right.
So his examples were an interracial couple, which I was like, because like Maximus and Lucy kissed, I guess.
Yeah. And
he's like saying people were complaining about it. Or, and then he's like,
or the ghoul.
Yeah.
Before he died and his wife.
Oh yeah. Them too.
Yeah.
But then it was also, there's a trans character on the show. And I was like, there's a trans character on the show? Huh? What?
Who?
And I was like, who? And then in the last episode, I was like, oh, Maximus's little friend that injured themselves intentionally. Yeah. But I didn't even think that was like a trans character. I just thought it was a girl pretending to be a boy because she wanted to be in the Brotherhood.
I just thought it was a
effeminate dude.
Well, no, I knew it was a girl.
Yeah.
She was a girl.
Yeah.
Or whatever they identify as, right? But we were like, oh, okay.
I just assumed it was like a girl that was like, like Joan of Arc pretended to be a dude.
Yeah.
Like that's what I kind of thought it was. So anyways.
I didn't think they were pretending to be a dude.
Well, they never said anything about it.
No, they definitely didn't. There was not a lot of backstory. I never even thought about it
because I also think DSP is an idiot. So he probably was just making this up because he likes to rant about stuff anyways. But then like in the last episode, I was like, oh, that's who he was talking about. Because when that character first appeared on the screen, I just was like, oh, that's someone pretending to be a guy to be in the Brotherhood because it's the Brotherhood.
Oh yeah, it's
not the Brotherhood. So I'm like, oh, it's just a girl pretending to be a guy. I never even thought like, oh, that's supposed to be like a trans character. Like the Brotherhood would be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, there was some stuff like everything, like anything that I thought of the lore of Fallout was fine in this. Everything was fine for me, basically.
I don't know like the deep lore and the deep backstories. Well, I mean,
I don't either, but there's nothing that when they had the robots or anything where I'd be like, no, that's not what it would have been Fallout,
Yeah, everything, like, because I've only played Fallout 3, seriously, right? And But it was such a good game that it was one of the few games that I played and actually finished.
Yeah.
It had a storyline and gameplay mechanics that it was just
New Vegas then, dude.
I did play New Vegas, but I didn't get all the way through it.
Okay.
I think that might have just been a time thing.
Yeah.
But watching this show and my deep love of that game, I was like, everything feels as it should.
So I will say that the show also made me think more of the original 2 games. I've only had limited time playing them, but some of the things that happen in the original games don't happen in the new games. Like, for example, in Fallout 3 and 4, there's nothing ever really overtly sexual that I can think of. Whereas in this show, he's like, do you want to make my cock explode? And then there's also the nudity with the cult or whatever.
Yeah.
But that made me think back to like the original 2 games, like Fallout 1 and 2, where there's like one you become a porn star in one of them. You have to choose your porno name. So I was a female character. My porno name was Courtney Cocksleeves. And there's also like you can get a girl who she becomes your ally, but only if you degrade her kind of, or talk to her very sexual. No, wait, how does it work? She looks like she's a total slut, but you have to be like totally pure and wholesome to her. Then she'll join you. But she's like overly sexual in the game. It's been so long, so it's very hard to remember. But also like you could just give all your drugs to your companions and just set them to just do drugs the whole game. So like I'd be like in any fight, I'd be fighting and then my companion would just be doing drugs continually, even when it's not like a real fight. Like there's a thing where you become a boxer and you're in a boxing match in the ring and you'll be like, do your swing. And in the crowd, she's just shooting up jet the whole time. So that kind of reminded me of the old school Fallout, which you don't really see anymore.
No.
I mean, you do drugs in Fallout and Jet and all that stuff, but there's none of that really over the top sexual stuff. They're swearing, they say fuck you and stuff like that. But when I saw like, he's like, do you want to make my cock explode now? I was like, wow, this really reminds me of old Fallout.
Yeah, they establish, it's nice because they established early on that, nobody's safe. No character is safe.
Yeah.
Anyone could die at any moment.
I didn't think any of the ones were going to die. Like Lucy, Maximus,
not Lucy,
the ghoul, or her brother. I didn't think they were going to die.
Her brother, I didn't have any. He might have for me. I don't know.
I understand when they start doing flashbacks to him in the vault. It's like, okay, there's something going on here. There's going to be story throughout the season for this kid. But anyone else that gets added in, it's like, okay, they could die at any time.
Yeah. Whenever the new overseer would be like, you're a so-and-so, your words have weight.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all these prisoners are going to get poisoned.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all going to die.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, exactly.
Strange. I thought it was fairly predictable throughout the thing, but still very enjoyable.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say it was predictable, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked how they showed stuff from the games in the show. Like when he's hacking the computer, it's like literally a hack screen from the Fallout game. They don't show him figuring it out. They just show him looking at it and being like, oh yeah, this is the answer, which is not really how hacking works in Fallout. But.
No. I think the first couple episodes, they really focus in, like whenever there's a bobblehead, they'll focus in on it and be like, and Lucy will be like, oh.
Yeah.
But later on, they don't, there's not a lot of bobbleheads. I was like, oh, that was kind of cool.
I think that was just to show like she was so keyed up on looking for like vault stuff,
Yeah.
She would notice it. Whereas later it's just like she's out of the vault. So
it would have been cool. I didn't really look very hard, but it would be cool if in the further episodes scenes, you just find bobbleheads.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're there.
Yeah.
Actually, the one thing I don't know if I miss him, but I never saw Todd Howard in it, which is surprising to me.
Yeah.
I would have expected him to have just had a bit part or something like that, or said something. He is a terrible actor though. Like he did voices of a character in Oblivion and it is atrociously bad, but he is, maybe he's an extra in the background or something that I didn't see. I would recognize him if I saw him, assuming he wasn't wearing makeup or anything like that. even Maximus's little buddy there, Atticus, is that his name?
I don't
When he
know.
gets shot in the neck with an
Oh,
arrow.
yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So his Instagram, I guess his real name is Johnny Pemberton, but when I first saw it, it was like on Instagram and his account was just called Johnny Pemberton. I'm like, is this guy from Pemberton? No, that's his actual
last name.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked how they had Matthew Berry as the voice of Codsworth. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's always good to see. And then what's his name? Fred Armisen is the radio DJ guy. Oh, Thaddeus is his name. Yeah, not Atticus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred Armisen is the radio DJ guy. It was interesting, especially when they're talking about like, hey, nice traps you've laid out here. Very imaginative. And then, the only predictable thing I thought was when she finally got to where Moldova, what's her name? I don't know. Where she's rescuing her dad.
Maldave? Yeah.
Something like
Whatever,
that.
yeah.
And she goes in there, her dad's there, and she's there, and there's a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's her mom, obviously. Obviously, that's her mom.
That's the only part I didn't predict.
Yeah. That was the only one where I was really like, oh, obviously, that's her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I did think it was a little weird that somehow they just turned on fission and then every light just...
Yeah, right.
Every light switch happened to be turned on with a fresh bulb.
Yeah, I also found that to be weird.
Yeah.
Like, we were actually talking about that while watching. I'm like, how is this working?
Yeah.
All the lines are still up? Like,
Yeah,
what the
exactly. No, like fiend tore the copper wiring out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I think at the end it showed her dad going to New Vegas.
Oh.
I think that was supposed to be New Vegas. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I didn't really Google it up to see what people are saying, but I think that was supposed to be New Vegas.
Vault-Tec HQ in New Vegas?
I don't know if Vault-Tec HQ was there, but it looked like New Vegas to me. Anyways, I don't know.
I liked it when her brother went to Vault 31.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
oh yeah, the Robco brain.
Yeah, what's his face is just there.
Ben.
He's like, oh, management.
Yeah,
We're doing this thing.
Ben. What did he call his?
Barry?
No, he said they were like Ben's buds or something like that.
Oh yeah, like Barry's buds or something.
Yeah, something
Ben's
like that.
buds.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we're implementing this new management strategy.
And if I would have been paying more attention to it, I would have figured out like that her dad, Lucy's dad, was the one she was working with in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have been like Hank and Henry. Oh, that's like the same name. Like Hank is like short version of Henry. But I wasn't paying enough attention because then when
I didn't
like,
put that together either.
You want to meet? And then it was like, oh.
Yeah, as soon as he
okay.
met, I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. But how are they staying alive? That's the other thing we don't really know. How are they so young?
They're frozen in time.
They're ghouls, but not ghoulish.
I don't think they're ghouls. I think they've been They were in stasis.
Oh, and they got thawed out.
Yeah, and every time there's a new overseer needs to happen, they get thawed out. Overseer goes in, takes over Vault 32.
Oh, see, I wasn't paying enough attention because I thought those guys were like being grown there, not that they were frozen.
No, they were when the
okay.
bombs. They went in for stasis when the bombs were frozen, and somehow Bud's Barry's brain was just in a jar.
Yeah, I mean that's there are those in Fallout. So.
Yeah, and he got jarified to oversee the project.
Yeah.
And then whenever a new overseer needs to happen, gets thawed for Vault 31, goes in.
I see. Yeah, I thought they were growing them. I don't know why. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention at that point.
Could be.
But yeah, I liked it a lot.
It was really good.
Nice and violent.
Extremely violent.
Yeah, like shockingly violent almost.
Yeah.
Like you think of think of The Last of Us adaptation. They didn't really show anything gratuitous, really.
No.
The zombies were gross and everything like that, but you never saw anyone's head getting crushed or exploded or anything like that. Not that I remember, anyways.
The part that was great was when Lucy bit the ghoul's thumb off.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's just like, finger off, then he's just like, saws her finger off.
Yeah.
Like, holy Christ.
Now she has a brown finger all the time. That was a bit weird, too, where she gets sold to the Codsworth or Snip or whatever they called the robot. And he's like, let's fix you up here, and puts a new finger on her. And then it's like, well, we're going to harvest your organs. And it was like, well, why did you put your new finger on there? I mean, I know why. It's because she has to have a finger for the rest of the show. Yeah. But it's also like a waste.
He's just a wacky, malfunctioning medical robot.
Yeah. Exactly. So
But you need to harvest them organs so you can make more of the hiss juice.
yeah,
The juice so you can stay ghoulish longer.
yeah, not turn into a feral ghoul.
Yeah.
I don't remember, and we never did actually see a super mutant.
No, we see an arm, I think, of
Yeah,
one.
I think that's about the closest we got.
We see an arm of a super mutant and the skull of a Deathclaw.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no Deathclaw. Just a Yaogwai and a Mirelurk. Was it a Mirelurk? I don't even know if it was a Mirelurk. I don't think it was.
They do say something about Mirelurks. I think it was a Mirelurk.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Good show. Extremely good. Highly recommend anybody out
Season
there watch
2
it.
is coming. They've said yes.
Nice. I mean, that's such a big success, that one.
I know.
I feel.
Yeah, and it's also driven like so many people to go back and play Fallout 4.
76 even.
Fallout 76. Yeah,
I know. My friends
opportunity.
list is full of people playing Fallout 4 right now.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity for them to have not had like another Fallout game. At
Oh
this
yeah,
time,
if they had Fallout 5 launch at the exact same time, or any a new Fallout of sorts,
yeah,
that would have been huge.
yeah, exactly.
They would have the show would have come out and you would have watched it, and then all of a sudden they would have been like, and here's Fallout 5.
Yeah,
Wah!
They haven't
Everyone
even-
would have lost their
I haven't even
minds.
started Fallout 5 yet. Imagine if they're working on Fallout 5 when they should be working on friggin' Elder Scrolls. I don't know what's going on with these games nowadays, but between like Elder Scrolls 1 and Oblivion, they were coming out like every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like 10 years since the last Elder Scrolls game.
And now it's like, oh, we'll just release it on everything and then remaster it. And release
Yeah,
it on
exactly.
everything.
Well, that's what they did with Fallout. They had a new next gen patch that came out to like, bring it on to the new consoles or whatever. And it improved, FPS and whatnot, but it also broke a lot of stuff. Like a lot of the mods and stuff didn't work with it and stuff like that. And they didn't tell anybody they were doing this. So all these mod makers are all pissed off that they didn't have any, they weren't given any knowledge so they could work on it, It's like, well, sorry.
Yeah.
If they tell everybody they're working on a next gen update, that'll like get leaked and everyone will know and blah, blah, blah. So anyways.
Yeah. Speaking of next gen updates,
Mhm.
patreon.com
Oh, wow.
/StreamVoid pod. That's right. That's the next gen update for this podcast where you get access to the pre-show content, the post-show content, our bonus videos that we sometimes do.
Yeah.
You get all that for as little as $1 a month.
Yeah.
You get access to this podcast early today, Sunday, when we're recording it instead of Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you can listen on your Monday morning drive to work, on your Monday morning commute, or whatever it is,
Yeah.
And that, just $1 a month and help support this podcast. Big shout out to all of our Patreons out there. You know who you are. We appreciate you guys for sure.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
Let's talk about some news. There's a game I play that I love dearly, but it stresses me out. It's called Escape from Tarkov.
Oh.
Recently, they have, they're trying to go 1.0. So they've removed the special, and we talked about this before. We removed the Edge of Darkness edition.
Yep. Which gives you
a huge boost to your, you get a huge boost in game. You don't have to. You get like the Gamma case, which is like a super big case that's a private case. You don't lose anything in it when you leave a raid. If you die in a raid, whatever, you get a lot more money. You get a lot more equipment. You get a lot more inventory space.
Yep.
But you also got all of the DLC forever.
Yes.
When you buy that edition.
And this costed...
And it cost about $120.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, this is a special pre-release edition, so we're going to remove it now.
Yes, we're not going to sell it anymore.
Yeah, because we don't want to be giving away DLC for free to all these people.
Yes, forever.
Yeah.
So fine and dandy, they gave it away, whatever. I mean, they don't have to offer this promotion forever.
Yeah, it was a pre-release promotion. Yeah. And now suddenly they've announced the what was the edition? Can't remember what the hell it was called.
Unheard
edition.
Yeah.
Which is the new $250 edition of Tarkov.
Yes.
That has extremely pay-to-win items in it. But one of the biggest things that people are complaining about is that it came with a PvE persistent characters that you could play with your friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would do that. I want that edition where I don't have to play with other people. I can just go through the game with my friends. And it doesn't wipe. Like, it doesn't wipe. Every so often, Tarkov wipes. And you lose all your progress, go back to square one.
Yeah.
This game would not wipe. It would be persistent.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh man, that would be fun. Then I could actually like get through the game.
Yes.
Without in my own time or in time with friends.
Yes, exactly.
I was like, man, that's cool. But
yes,
everyone's saying that that is the pure definition of DLC.
Yes.
And they weren't giving that away with Edge of Darkness. They were like, no, you have to pay for this edition.
They said it's not DLC. It's like a game expansion. Or how did they word it? DLC means additional downloadable content. PvE is a feature and a game mode. It's like, okay, well, you're being like nitpicky with your wording here.
Oh yeah, they're trying to get the cash grab to try to go 1.0. So they're doing everything they can to try and like make people pay more.
Yeah. So the other question is like, can you get this extra mode without buying this unheard of edition? I think you have to get this mode by buying this edition.
As of when it was announced, yes, that's what you would have to do.
Yeah.
They have since rolled back their decisions to make Edge of Darkness get this edition for a limited amount of time. Yeah,
so that was the other... These guys are so full of shit. That was the other thing I read was they said, oh, we don't have the server capacity to do this for free. Like, it's still going to be taking up server space or whatever because even though it's an offline PvE mode, it still is online and whatever. And they said they can't do it for free because they don't have the capacity. So, but they can offer it for 6 months for free to everybody, and that won't eat up their server capacity. Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's such a train wreck.
Yeah. I mean, I understand they need to make money, whatever, and like Tarkov is a limited amount of money can be made from the game.
Yeah, because it's not a subscription base, and there's no way to buy. There's no cosmetics or anything like that.
So either like, why don't like I obviously I don't own a game company. I don't have their metrics of what's going on in the background. But like when I see stuff like this, where it's like, okay, you are obviously they knew when they announced this, it's going to piss people off. Like, how could you not know?
Yeah, right.
With all the negative press that's going to come, like, why wouldn't you look at like, okay, we don't have any cosmetic stuff in there. Well, why don't you add some in?
Yeah, just add some in.
Get some in.
Like when you play the game, you can change your clothes.
Yeah.
And you can customize kind of how you look.
Yeah.
But that unlocks per level and you have to pay money for it.
Okay, so they add in like a new hat that's only available cosmetically. It doesn't add anything to the game, take away from the game, whatever.
Yeah, they should have had in that kind of stuff for like at the beginning. Okay. But they didn't want to do that kind of stuff when they first announced it.
So they'd rather fuck everyone over this other way harder way?
Yeah, they're really backpedaling on what they originally said they were going to do with the game.
Yeah.
Like no cosmetics, no microtransactions, no any of this, but they definitely underestimated how long and how much money it was going to take to do the game.
Okay, and the next thing is okay, there's a finite amount of money, and they refuse to put it on Steam because Steam takes 20% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you would still make all this other money. Then you wouldn't have to fuck everybody, and people would be like in love with it. Imagine if they were like, we're going to launch on Steam. There's going to be a $250 edition that gives you all this stuff. Or you can get the regular edition with like less of the stuff, but all the modes. People would have been like, amazing. This is the best news we've ever seen. But they just fucked it up so bad.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So are you going to buy this?
If they do the PvE as a standalone.
That costs a relatively
normal amount of money. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
There's no way well, I'm going to regret saying this, but yeah, there's probably no way I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because that means I can play on my own time. I don't have to worry about it wiping all the time. I can get through the game, and with friends, and I don't have to like spend the ridiculous amount of hours grinding every day to get to the end of the game before it wipes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's just, and they have like basically pay to win features they've added with this too, because of all this, you get better bonuses to skills and blah, 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 blah.
You get increased character skill levels.
Yeah.
So you have in the game, there are a ton of skills that you have to level up by using them.
Yeah.
You can't level them up any other way. And by doing this with this edition, you get a boost to those starting skills.
Yeah.
You get it's like expanded PMC pockets. Now, like, what is that? Well, when you have your PMC, you get your pockets are 4 slots and they're all separated. So you can only put in a 1 slot item in each slot. With the enhanced PMC pockets, 2 of those pockets are actually 2 slot pockets.
Oh yeah.
So you can carry in a lot more stuff.
Exactly.
Bigger stash, you get a 10x72 stash to start instead of if you have Edge of Darkness, it's 10x63. So even bigger stash, like only a couple more lines, but still bigger.
It's like 70 more items.
Unique in-game melee weapon, unique in-game armband. That's fine. Increased mail retention time.
Oh yeah.
So when you play and you get quests and you finish quests, you get those items get sent to your mail. Any rewards, any insurance claims get sent to your mail, and you have a finite amount of time to claim that. It's usually like 3 days, real time.
Yes.
So if you don't log in for 3 days, all that stuff's gone. They're like, oh well, I guess you didn't want it.
Yeah.
And so
return to sender.
Yeah, return to sender. So this increased mail retention time is actually pretty big.
Yeah, and it's like fake inventory slots too.
Yeah, more slots on the flea market for when you're selling stuff, which is, that's whatever. Increased fence standing, which is pretty big.
Well, yes. And then the other thing with that is that if you have, the fence is if your standing's over 6, the AI scavs won't shoot at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a certain amount of meters.
Yeah. So it's like, you start off almost being able to not being shot at by these guys right at the start.
Yeah. And then, of course, free access to all subsequent DLC.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is like one of the biggest blunders I've ever seen.
Yeah, and there are some new items that you can only get that are OP as frig. So there's a unique radio item called Mark of the Unheard. What this does is it's a radio where you can call out to any of your friends who aren't in your raid and pull them into your raid to help you.
Oh, after it started?
After it started.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what?
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's a bit pay to win for sure.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that's pay to win, and a lot of the times with Tarkov, never mind. It's just all pay to win. Like having those extra inventory slots, having that starting with even with Edge of Darkness, starting with that bigger case. It's all pay to win.
Yeah.
Like you accelerate so much faster. Like you need playing it regularly with like the regular edition, it takes so long to get all this stuff, and you have to like do these quests. But you start with the Edge of Darkness or this edition, you're already through those quests. You don't need to do them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a little. It's fine they want to offer stuff like this, but just to be like, no, that's not DLC.
Yeah, that's the most ridiculous thing.
That's the stupidest part of this whole thing. Like, well, what was the point of buying the special edition? The whole idea was like, I'm going to get all the DLC. It's like, okay, maybe you screwed up when you offered this edition.
Yeah.
But like, don't be like, no, that's not DLC. Because then everything they're going to add is not going to be DLC. No, it's not a DLC.
No, it's a game mode.
Okay, whatever you say. So if I bought the Edge of Darkness edition for $150, now I have to spend another $250 to get this new mode? Are you kidding me?
It's just like when
outrageous.
Arena came out. They were like, oh, it's not DLC. It's a new game mode. You got to purchase it.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
yeah,
it's DLC.
Yeah. So they've done this before?
They've done it before, which is why they removed Edge of Darkness edition. But then it's like they just put back the
same thing.
Season pass thing again in the new edition.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, won't get fooled again.
Oh my God, it's so wild.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? You guys have a really good product.
Do they?
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. They have a really good product.
It's not for me, but yes.
It's not for you. It's barely fit. It's for me, but it's also barely for me.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
It's for you if you don't have a job.
Yeah. If your job is to play Tarkov, it's for you.
Yeah.
It's such a good product. But yeah, they just keep making questionable choices, especially with all the pay to win stuff.
I don't understand how you could sit there and think like, oh, we're not going to have a problem with this. Let's roll this out. Especially if they already did it with the arena.
Yeah.
They already knew what was going to happen here.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
So stupid. But that's just money. Mm-hmm. But just put it on Steam. Put it on Epic. Like, you wouldn't need to do shit like this if you sold it on Steam.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if they put it on Steam. It would be the #1 seller the day it came out.
Probably, yeah.
Like, guaranteed. So stupid.
Yeah, they don't want to take that 30% cut while they're still in beta.
So they'd rather just have the world's worst PR move of all time instead? Like, holy crap, dude. So crazy.
It is crazy.
So when are there going to be like Tarkov? There must be Tarkov private servers, eh?
I don't know. There's a lot of Tarkov clones coming out now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, I read about one from a guy that he worked on The Division or something like that.
I don't know. There's Gray Zone, that Gray Zone combat that's coming out.
Yeah.
Which looks really good. There's another one, that someone was playing, but it was like a mobile version of Tarkov,
yeah.
But that's coming to PC now too.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, well, we're not going to do all this stuff. Just come play our game. It's actually free.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what they see the writings on the wall. And it's like, let's get as much money as we can before there's other ones. It is kind of crazy how long it's taken for there to be like a competitor to this game.
Yeah.
On PC. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't know about them, but you'd think there would have been like a Chinese clone already of this game, you know?
There are games that did or are coming out that are like it that are just not as good.
Yeah.
You know? They haven't done the...
But is even this game like that good? I mean, technically good, but I remember like just watching you play and stuff like that and be like, oh, my bullets didn't hit. Or like just weird stuff going on.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that there's their whole armor versus bullets stuff, and you spraying and praying and maybe not hitting stuff.
Yeah,
because it's all down because it is an RPG at its heart, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Where your skill in that weapon,
it's not necessarily based off of your actual skill.
Yeah, there is some random chance happening.
Yeah. Just because you can put the reticule over the guy's head doesn't mean you're going to hit it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like even shooting guns in real life, like you notice that, you're a little bit wavery, wobbly when you're.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I mean, if you have a perfect steady hand and you put the indicator over a guy's head.
Yeah.
In real life or whatever the target, you'll hit it.
Yeah, but that's because you have the skill to do that.
Yeah.
But whereas in Tarkov, you have to like build that skill up.
But I think
level one.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but in Tarkov, it's like you could put the reticule.
Oh yeah, you definitely can,
and it'll miss anyways.
Yeah,
which is not my favorite mechanic.
Yeah, that's where the RPG style stuff comes in.
But like, if I got the reticule on the guy's head, I hit the guy's head.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
That's the Call of Duty style.
That's how it goes.
Yeah,
no, Call of Duty style is just swipe it over the head.
Yeah, just.
Quick scope.
Yeah, quick scope, bullets. As soon as you pull that trigger, the bullet's hitting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anyways, they fucked this up. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, they screwed up big time. Big time.
Yeah.
Next up, the Bovine Boy.
Oh, yeah, XQC.
Yeah, he was playing some video games with some guys on Kick, Aiden Ross and somebody else. And he was chatting. He was like, Twitch forced me to attend therapy to get unbanned. Anger management therapy.
Yeah, like it was like, well, apparently what it was, they were like asking about how to become unbanned, and Trainwreck said, I think you can get unbanned pretty easily. I'll be honest, just talk to them. And to what Ross said, do I have to go to therapy? And then XQC's like, oh yeah, they had me go to therapy. And he had to go to therapy because of the time he got banned for streaming gorillas having sex. He was tricked into streaming these gorillas having sex. And it was like hardcore gorilla sex, basically.
Yeah.
And they had him go to therapy about
sensitivity
training.
I
don't know. Well, you'd think it would, like, maybe because he's a French boy. Maybe he says therapy, but it's not actually therapy. Like, you'd think it would be sensitivity training or something like that. Like, not therapy. Like, it's not like he was searching out this. He was tricked into streaming it. So it's a bit weird. It could be just, his bad English, his bad communication skills.
Yeah.
Like, even his quote here is, he says that was the ban because of the gorillas or something like that. Like a gorilla making sex for half a second. Like, even him saying that is like, oh my gosh, a little bizarre wording there for sure.
Yeah.
But like that, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing that is involved with like these big time streamers on Twitch. They probably do offer all these things for them, like, oh, do you want, do you want to, we can get you therapy, we can do this, we can do whatever, because they're their money makers, It's the same thing with any like big time entertainment thing, like on TV shows that film. I think they have like on set therapists and stuff like that because celebrities are just, I don't know, weird.
Yep. Takes a certain kind of person.
I do, yeah. I mean, well, obviously, XQC is probably a bit. How do you say it? He's been like famous since he was like a teenager, basically.
Yeah,
rich and famous. So he probably is not very grounded very well. I mean, probably obviously not, but just with the
and there's not. And when you're coming up like that on your own, you don't have a lot of oversight. There's not a lot of management involved.
Well, and you just have yes men around you,
yeah,
telling you how great you are and all that stuff. So it would probably behoove you to take therapy.
Yeah, I mean, look at kids like Neon and Johnny Somali.
Oh, well, but is Johnny Somali like a good example though? Like, he's just an ass.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's because
is it because he grew up watching the ass streamers, or is it because he grew up with all the yes men around him just being like, oh yeah, do this, it'll be funny? I don't think
he's big enough that it would be a yes man. I think he's just a natural asshole.
Could be, yeah.
I don't know. Is he that much of a big time streamer?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Like, whenever I saw his kick stream, there's like 100 people or whatever. Huh. So I don't know if it's that. I think it's, just he's an ass. But I mean, I would think that if you're told how great you are every day, all day, you would think you're that great.
Yep, that's true.
I don't know. I don't get told I'm great, so I don't think I'm great.
Well, you're great.
Oh, thank you. Fuck, I'm gonna flip this table over. I'm entitled now. I'm so great. Everyone tells me kisses my ass all the time. But yeah, especially when you're a young person.
Oh, yeah.
And he's never had a real job.
No.
Never had a real social interaction either.
No. So
that would really fuck you up. So he probably had therapy for other things, and they just also were like, let's talk about the gorilla banging you stream.
I would be like, that was on accident. I got baited.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, like, I don't think Aiden Ross would ever get unbanned from Twitch.
Probably not.
Even if he asked really nice. Like, pretty please. I think he's done for on Twitch forever.
Well, one of the things he does want to get unbanned so that he can play games with other streamers that are on Twitch.
Well,
because he's banned to that point where he can't even show up in another person's stream.
They have softened it a little bit now, where you can react to banned people's videos on Twitch. Oh. So you can react to like Dr. Disrespect videos and stuff like that. You still can't play with them. But I mean, he's like one of the worst ones, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen anything that he's done that I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. Like everyone else, even if I don't like them, I'm like, okay, I understand kind of why they're like in the position they are, but him, no. No.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. It's not even like, well, for terrible takes and also terrible stream too. It sounds like it's coming through a tin can.
He just sits there. Doesn't say a word.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How's this entertaining?
That's like XQC reacting by sitting there eating and watching a video. and then going dude.
Or not even, or next video.
Yeah, basically. Anyways, I don't understand it. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, probably.
I don't like it.
We just don't get it.
I don't get it.
We're too boomer to understand.
No, we're not boomer. Come on. Gen X. We figured it out now. We're Gen X.
Ah, the Xers.
Yes. Because we're the most extreme.
Yes.
That's where it came from.
We're triple X.
I don't know where it came from, but we're it.
We are it. Sony says Stellar Blade
so
art
stupid.
reference racist language was unintentional.
This has got to be unintentional.
Will be patched out.
This has got to be unintentional, dude. I had just burst out laughing because the first article I found, it didn't show what it was.
Yeah.
It just said there's like unintentional racist language. So I was like, I got to see what this is. And I went to this IGN article, they showed it. And I mean, is it bad? But I burst out laughing because I was like, this is what it is.
Yeah. So when I saw the screenshot and I was like, it's just some graffiti that says hard.
Yeah.
What's so bad about this? Did they already change it so it doesn't say the racist thing?
Yeah.
But then I read the article. I'm like, oh, the R shop. Okay, Roxanne's. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it says hard R shop.
R shop.
Which is implying the hard R on another racist word. But like, when I was, I don't know what I was expecting to see. Like, it was actually going to say a racist word or whatever, not the implication of a racist word. So when I saw this, I just was like laughing, like, oh, that's what it was. Like, I'm sure if I saw that in the game, I would probably have the same reaction. Like, what the hell? Obviously unintentional here.
Yeah. I wonder if it was just like, all right, here's all the graffiti packs.
Yeah.
And one graffiti here, one graffiti here, one graffiti here, one graffiti here.
Basically.
And then they were just like, yep, bap.
I'm sure that's what it was.
Probably.
It's a Japanese game. Mm-hmm. So they probably had no idea like that could imply anything bad, you know? But because I was like, well, what could it say? Like, I have to see what it says. Like, and then I saw it and I was like, oh my God. Oh, this is so crazy.
Yeah. Not even that bad.
I mean, the implication is bad, but you have to be thinking that way to
for sure.
actually see it as that.
Because I didn't even see it at the start. I was like, what? It just says hard.
Well, I just opened it up. I'm like, hard R? What the hell? That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I wish this game was on Xbox. I want to play it. It's like Bayonetta.
Oh, Bayonetta.
Sexy, stylish action game with like a sexy lady that you control. And unintentional racist language.
Yes.
That's not the worst thing that's ever been in a game, but it's still pretty crazy anyways.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah. Of the things it could have been, that's pretty tame.
Very, very tame.
I assumed it was going to actually be like an actual bad word.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's bad that I laughed, but I laughed. If it's bad, please forgive me. I don't know what I do.
Yes.
I think it's a Japanese game.
I would imagine so.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Let's have a quick peek here.
It's made by Shift Up. So
it looks very Japanese.
Oh yeah, the game is definitely
Shift Up Corporation. Where are you from?
Oh, it's South Korea.
South Korea.
Okay. So yeah, they probably had no idea.
Yeah, probably not.
And they probably just like licensed the graffiti pack, slapped it on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I know that people were complaining about because they said they weren't going to censor the game. I don't know. This is what they were talking about. This kind of censorship. It was more about like how sexy the character is in her sexy outfits.
Yeah. Sexy character, sexy outfit. Yep. That
it was going to be censored in North America because that sometimes happens. It's fine that you blow a guy's head off in North America, but if you see like a woman's body a little too sexually, that's bad. So,
yeah.
Anyways, hopefully PlayStation will get on the old put our games on Xbox trip here soon so I can play Stellar Blade. Because I do not want to play, after playing Death Stranding, I do not want to play a game with a fucking DualSense controller. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Atrocious.
Last up, just a small article.
Oh my gosh.
Ex-Psygnosis and WipEout and Skate devs announce a new studio called Starlight Games.
Oh, wow.
And I would not have put this on here except for their trailer video.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, I want this game.
I didn't.
Whatever
see
this game is, I want.
I
this
better
game.
look at this.
Yeah, have a look, and you will instantly know why I want it.
Okay,
It's got all my favorite things.
It's got what? It's got some electronic music in it.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's got marbles rolling. Is that what it's?
It's got balls rolling in a mini golf style flavor.
It's like a mini golf on top of the table in the house or whatever. House to golf. What is this called? House to golf.
What the heck was it called?
I don't know. It says something on the ball.
Yeah, House of Golf 2.
So what? Is there a House of Golf 1 already?
Maybe. I'll have to look that up.
I might have to look that up.
Yeah, it's just like a golf with your friends style game, but with wacky like kids' toys in a house.
Oh, there's another game
golf
here
around
too.
the house.
No Man's Sky.
And I was like, oh man, this game looks good.
Yeah,
I want to play this game.
There's a space game too here. Looks like No Man's Sky. Flying around mining in the space.
Mm-hmm.
Starlight Games. Well, hopefully there's some games that actually come out.
Yeah, the House of Golf 2 couch co-op only coming to PlayStation 5.
Oh,
so I'm a little bit disappointed on that.
Well, it'll probably come to PC eventually, I would think.
Hopefully.
So it says there's senior management includes Nick Burkholm, known for his work on the WipEout series. It doesn't say what he did on the WipEout series, but he did something. Andy Santos, co-creator of Skate, and director Horizon Call of the Mountain, which I think is the VR Horizon game.
Yeah, definitely.
And another guy named Ben Cronin.
House of Golf 1 is for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I see.
However, the House of Golf is an indoor golfing facility in Langley, BC.
Oh, the House of Golf.
House.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked like your kind of game.
Yes.
When I hear Psygnosis and WipEout, I was just picturing like a WipEout style game with electronic music.
When I first saw that, I was like, "Oh, I'd like WipEout."
Yeah. WipEout is definitely up your alley for sure.
Okay, so House of Golf coming for PC as well.
Yes, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty interesting. I mean, I've played like golf with your friends and it's fine, but I think it's just a little, it's kind of like marbles on stream where it's like, it doesn't quite act the way it should, like the physics aren't quite right. So it's kind of a little infuriating that way. I wonder if they've improved the physics in marbles on stream yet.
No.
Oh, it's still the same?
They have not.
Still the same, eh?
It's still the same, yeah.
That's so sad.
I watch Ripsick play it now and then and join in, but yeah, it's all the same.
What was the name of that guy that was streaming marbles on stream? Do you remember when you could grind it out? There was that guy.
Oh yeah, the grinders like Yandor.
Yeah. Oh my God. Flashback there.
Yeah, before they removed the grind.
Why did they do that? They just wanted to kill the popularity of their game.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So ridiculous.
Because then you would have like playing marbles, there'd be tons of people in your stream playing that, grinding.
Yeah, they'd be dropping balls all over Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Every stream, they'd be dropping balls.
Yeah, like 20 windows open, just dropping balls everywhere.
Yeah, they totally killed that game.
They totally did.
I even bought like cosmetics for that.
Yeah.
So like they totally fucked it up.
Yeah, everyone was like, oh my God, look at this entry. Wah!
Yeah, exactly.
It's going crazy.
And then they totally fucked it up. That was what killed it when they dropped the grind.
Yep.
I mean, makes sense. It was super unhealthy. To be number one, you basically had to play 24 hours a day. But still.
Yep.
Crazy.
It was a good time back then.
Oh, yeah.
Grinders.
World record.
World record holding. Yep.
Pretty crazy. Too bad that clip doesn't exist anymore.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
I should have.
Did you ever check to see if that VOD ended up on YouTube?
No, I didn't. No. None of the. I don't think any of those marble VODs got on YouTube. Yeah,
there was a world record set in Mikey T's stream one time, and the energy levels were off the charts.
Yeah, because the world records for like the base maps.
Yeah,
those are dialed down, right? Yeah. It was so hard to get anything.
You have to have a lucky hit.
Yeah,
which is what happened in that world record. It got slapped all the way to the end of the track accidentally, and perfect landing. And
oh yeah, we peaked the microphone that day.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it for news.
It's short news week.
Short news week.
Damn.
Or not a lot we wanted to talk about.
That's true too.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Game Club.
Oh yeah. Right.
Each week we play a video game. We play a chapter or a segment or a timed interval of that video game, and then we talk about it live on stream.
We sure do.
Or on the Discord. So twitch.tv/StreamVoid if you want to get in live with the conversation. This is a game club, which means you are invited to play along with us. In the Discord, down below, there's a post in the forum to let you know how much of that game you should play.
Yes.
And we are moving on after this episode. We wrapped up Death Stranding, and we're moving on to Deus Ex Human Revolution. No, Mankind Divided. That's the one.
Yes.
Which was given away on Epic a couple weeks ago, so you should already own it.
And it's also dirt cheap on Steam, GOG, Xbox.
Yep.
Like under $10.
Yep.
Everywhere.
So if you want to play along with us, join the Discord down below. Join us live in the chat every Sunday at 11 a.m. PST.
Yes, please.
And so, Death Stranding. We've wrapped it up. That's it. It's over.
It's in the bank.
It is in the bank. Big boss battles in this. In this one here.
Yeah.
Let me just bring up the chapters so I remember what to do, what we did.
Basically, we made it all the way to the tar pits, and we have to cross the tar pit to go link up to get Amelie or whatever. Yeah. So there's only at this point like 4 missions left, chapters or whatever, and each chapter is like 1 delivery.
Yeah.
So it's like we just wrapped it up because whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
We could do it.
So when you were going to go across the tar pits, did you hear Die Hardman tell you what to do?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, just do the thing you did over at the other place."
Yeah, But he takes a bit of time to tell you.
Yeah, well, I was like, I didn't do anything though.
Yeah, but then he tells you again later what you actually have to do. Because he first just sort of like, he's like, check with local people. Maybe they know what you do. And you look in your email and one of the women's like, oh, the tar, sometimes stuff comes out of the tar that's gone into it, over years, it'll spit it back out.
Yep.
It's like, okay. And then he'll be like, oh yeah, you remember what you did over there? You should do that again. And you're kind of like, what did I do over there?
I'm like, I didn't do anything over there.
And then eventually he'll tell you, oh yeah, remember when you got sucked into the bad guys and all the buildings came out of the tar?
Yeah.
You should do that again. So that's what you have to do to get across.
That's what you have to do. Like I was like, I am not waiting for him to tell me what to do. I looked it up.
Yeah.
I was like, I do not have time.
Yeah, it takes probably like 15 and 20 minutes before he tells you, but it's better than other games where it'll be immediately like, hey, do this.
Yeah. So doing this little tar pit section, I was like, oh man, I missed my speed skeleton.
Oh yeah.
Because then I could have just jumped from building to building to building and then done.
That's pretty much what I did. I was just running my way across, just double jumping everywhere. And then you get to the end and Amelie's like standing in the tar and that's weird. I just yeet myself at her and I get slurped into the tar.
Yep.
So it was weird.
And then we get a lot of storyline.
Yeah, man.
Higgs comes out and just monologues for days.
Yeah. That's kind of the way the whole game is, basically. Just no one will shut up. They say so much stuff, but they say nothing at the same time.
Yes.
So
a lot of words for not a lot of information.
Eventually, after you've done everything and beaten the game, Amelie comes out and tells you what was going on. Because the whole thing is you have to stop her from becoming the extinction entity.
Yeah.
And destroying every person, I guess. I don't know.
Well, how did you find the boss battle with Higgs?
Oh, when he's like controlling the giant
giant BT.
How did I find it?
Yeah.
I found it annoyingly long.
Yeah, annoyingly long,
too
but
long.
Incredibly easy.
It was like no challenge.
Yeah, really easy.
It just was like, oh god, I have to run around here. So even like getting grabbed by the golden boys that were flying around they'd fly down and land and they grab you. It's just like, shake them off, walk away, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, I'm out of whatever gun, rocket launcher, whatever. Oh, there's another one. Pick it up, shoot him a few times.
Yeah.
Put some blood
there was
in
a
me.
lot of rocket launchers being tossed at me, and I was just like, wow, Yep, there we go.
I found the actual next fight, or wait, was it before or after? Yeah, after, where you have to take the crypto buyouts to get Fragile out of the coma, and you have to fight the whale before you go back to Capital Knot City.
Yeah.
That was more annoying harder and more annoying than the BT fight.
Yeah.
Because it was just more annoying. And I had nothing on me, really.
Yeah, no, me neither.
So I had to like run around and pick up all the shit. When I'm fighting that guy, I was like, oh, I know something's going to happen. So I had like 2 bazookas and I had like guns and all this shit.
On that fight, I essentially just stood on a building or on a like vehicle that was bobbing in and out of the car, and someone would always just toss me stuff.
Yeah.
And I just stood there and shot it.
I just climbed on buildings and stuff and whatever.
It didn't really attack me at all.
Yeah, it kept flying over me and dropping turds on me and knocking me off the building and stuff like that.
I didn't even have that happen. I was like, what is its attack?
Yeah, the first time he bombed me so many times, he broke the canister, so I had to do it all again.
Oh no. Yeah,
that sucked, but whatever. But I did find in that battle, I was like, I never really used the BT handgun.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing you should be using.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just charge up the level 2 one, and it was like just fires a million miles away and does all this damage to it.
There's a charge up?
Yeah, you can either fire or hold down R2 and it'll be like do 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 do.
Oh wow, yeah, I never used the handgun.
Yeah, I only used it because that's all I had.
Oh,
because they were throwing BT handguns at me. Huh. So I was like, oh, what's this? And it worked really good. I did use it also when I was coming down through the mountain and all those floating poos were in the sky. Yeah. The first time I shot them all with the assault rifle.
Yeah.
And then what happened there? I think you have to go all the way back there to do the delivery for the crypto buyouts. Mm-hmm. So I had to do it all again. So the second time I tried the BT handgun and I would charge it up and it would like explode them into the 2 pieces. And then if you shot the second one, it would explode and blow up all the ones around it and stuff. Yeah. But then I was like, these things are slow moving. So I just hopped on my bike and was like, just drove through. I didn't shoot any of them.
Yeah. The first time, when I was there, when I first got to that little zone, I started shooting them all.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to run out of ammo doing this. And then I just hopped on my bike and just drove all the way through. Yeah. Easy peasy.
I know. It was so stupid. But yeah, it gets to the point where I guess it's just like, it's poor storytelling when you have to explain this. You finish the game and then the game has to tell you what happened in like an hour-long cutscene.
A 2-hour-long cutscene.
It's like, almost 3-hour-long cutscene. This is just bad.
Yeah. It was funny when you go to the beach, Amelie's beach with Higgs.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. I don't know what she said. She was like, what took you so long? Sam, what took you so long? Yeah. And I'm like, I had to walk across America. Damn it. Yeah. That's what took me so long.
Exactly. Exactly. But the thing is too, is that I also just started the game over after to see what was, and right at the start of the game, like when, what's her name? Not Amelie, but like her, because that's the thing is Amelie and what's her name are the same.
Yeah,
they just got
Amelie
split
and
into
Bridget
2.
Bridget. They're
one's hot.
Amelie's her soul, and Bridget is the physical body.
Yeah. When you replay the start where Bridget's dying, there's a part where she's dying and she's like, I love you, Sam. And then it cuts to Amelie as her and she says, I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Mm-hmm. And that's what she is basically. It's like, anyways, that part of the cutscene is like as him as a baby as well. Yeah. She says the same thing. Yeah. So it's like time is moving weird for her. So that's part of the reason why she's like, what took you so long? It's like, well, bitch, like, you've been here for 50 fucking years. Like, sorry, it took me so long to grow up and get here.
Yeah, right.
But she tells the whole story about like, because there was vague, like, as you think back to it, it'll be like vague sort of like things like, hey, no one's ever actually seen Amelie. It's like, well, I saw her. No, but no one's seen her outside of the beach. Like, oh, is she real? It's like, well, you said you sent her out west.
Yeah,
like,
on the first
but then mission. It's like, oh, but yeah, everyone died that went with her. So they never saw it because they knew she wasn't real or whatever. Yeah. They all died. And she's like, what the fuck is going on here? And then it's like, they show So, anyways, it's just so convoluted what's going on here. It's like, oh, so is Cliff Sam's dad?
Yep.
But Sam is also the bridge baby the same time?
I think so.
Very Christ figure-ish.
My theory, Sam is not the bridge baby, but the bridge baby is a clone of Sam. So they've to make the bridge babies, they've been cloning them and impregnating the still mothers to give birth to them.
Oh, okay.
That's my theory now.
Who the fuck
Sam
knows?
Yeah, Sam is the OG bridge baby.
Yeah.
So he's Clifford Unger's son and Lisa Bridges' son.
Yeah.
the end scene, they go back and they play the same stuff over and over again at the end here.
Yeah.
So that it really hammers in what the hell is actually happening. So you see through, like, every time you come out of when you're playing the game, every time you come out of your room and you plug into BB, you get a flashback, but it's not. But I think because the BB is a clone of Sam, that's why he can access its memories.
Okay.
So it's accessing those memories from when Sam was the BB.
But doesn't Deadman say he saw a flashback when he had the baby?
Maybe.
I can't remember.
But yeah, I think the BB, because it's a clone of Sam.
Well, the other thing too is like the BB's female. Because at the end, I don't know if after the credits, if you didn't watch, there's a small cutscene where he's like, they show Sam's hand on top of the picture.
And he's like Louise.
He's like Louise.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So maybe not then. Maybe plugging into the BB is just he accesses his own memories.
Yeah. So anyway, again, it's just like, what the fuck is going on here?
The five floating people now make sense.
Sort of.
Because those are the 5 extinction events that have happened over the years.
But it's also, he has 5 pals waiting for him.
Oh, he does have 5 pals waiting for him.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure those are supposed to represent the 5 extinction events.
But that's also the thing when he's walking towards them and you hear him like, he's over here, Sam, come here, Sam, we're over here. And then you see the 5 guys in the sky.
But those voices are coming from behind you.
Well, no, they were, on my headset, I heard them all around me. So
I heard them behind, but when I turned around, they were still behind.
Oh, okay. But that's also the first scene in the game when you come out of the cave with Fragile. You could see the 5 of them in the sky.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I think that they make sense now. The whole the fight with Clifford. No, the fight with Higgs. You get in a fight with Higgs.
I enjoyed that.
That was fun. Where I didn't know what to do. I was like throwing things at him. I'm like,
as soon as I got in there, I was like, oh, okay, I have no weapons. Okay, there's junk all around. Let me throw a box at him and then go punch him.
Yeah.
So I threw him, hit him with a box. He'd be like, ugh, and then I'd be like, just punching him the lunch.
That go like you have to do that sequence for so long. I was like, do I need to rope him?
Oh yeah, I thought that too. I thought about that too, but I was like, no, it seems like punching seems to be.
Yeah, because you can sneak up on him.
Yeah.
But then he instant spins and starts shooting you.
Yeah. So I just threw junk at him, and I would be like, oh, there's a broken PlayStation here.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, oh, broken PlayStation.
Throw that at him.
And after that fight, you rescue Amelie, and and then she says the whole story.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck on your beach.
And
the credits start to roll, and then you're like, okay, is this the end of the game? Like, how do I get through this? And then you get up, you start walking, and you get so far, and then you just get teleported back to the center of your beach, and then Amelie comes out, says some more stuff,
more bullshit,
and then more credits roll, and you're like, okay, I know there's more chapters after this, so then I get up, start walking around, get teleported back, and then Amelie comes out, like, well, this is. What is happening? This is awful. Like, and then the full credits start rolling, but like not black screen full credits. I'm like,
they roll 3 times. The credits roll 3 times.
God, it
was like, okay, they want to split up the cutscene so they give you control, but like, don't make me walk like a minute away before I get teleported back.
Yeah,
like maybe walk 10 feet or whatever.
Just tell me. Don't even make me walk. Just tell me the whole story right here.
Anyways, that was the part where I was like, oh, they're explaining the whole what happened here. But then it was also like, well, why was Hartman not split into a Ha and a Ka? Yeah. Like, why was it just Amelie? Because she has dooms?
Because she doesn't have dooms, because she is the extinction event.
Okay. Because Hartman exact same thing happened to Hartman. He was on the surgery table. He died and then got brought back during the Death Stranding.
Yeah.
which is what happened with Amelie. Anyways, and then
he's got dooms.
yeah. The other thing too is like, oh, Amelie, like aim is lie in French. No, soul in French.
Yeah. She's a
Like,
soul
oh
lie.
my God. This is so stupid.
The whole thing is that she was in control of everything. In control of Higgs, in control of Clifford.
Yeah, she gave Higgs his power because that's her, I guess, destiny is to become the extinction event. Though she doesn't want to, but she can't stop it. So she has Sam was the one that's supposed to stop it. And she's tried to tell Sam how to do it since he was a kid, but she can't tell him outright. She has to just sort of like trick him into doing it.
So when after you do the fight with Higgs, you get teleported to Amelie's beach.
Yes. And
you get the whole storyline about, you got to stop me. Here's a gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So I shoot her a bunch. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
And I'm like, okay, well, I run after her. And I'm like, okay. And I get ahead of her and I go out into the ocean.
Eventually it's like, give her a hug.
Yeah. I went through that sequence like 4 or 5 times before I could actually hug her.
Oh, really?
Even though I was up close to her, the prompt didn't come up.
Oh, weird.
So I don't know if it was something I was doing to make that prompt not come up.
I don't know. I shot her and then I ran up to her and I was like pointing the gun in her face, just like, well, what am I supposed to do here? And then the button came up like, give her a hug. And I was like, all right, I'll hug her.
I was like getting in her face, like in front of her, and she was just like, shove. And she's like,
she never shoved me away. So yeah, we give her a hug and then she's like, I guess I won't destroy humanity. But then Sam's stuck on the beach and he's all gray because he's like dead.
Yeah. And that's when we have to do the walk around.
Yeah.
Credits garbage.
And then, that was the other thing too. It was like, okay, we have to go. How did it even work? Why did I don't even remember what was the deal, but like we have to get back to Port Knot City or somewhere, but Fragile can't teleport us because it's too draining on her.
Yeah,
but
she teleported everyone back, and it's too hard now.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so stupid.
Yeah, so now you gotta walk all the way back. Yeah. So if you set up your network correctly, it was super easy.
I ziplined all the way back. That was no problem, but it was still just like, what the frig, man?
There is a whole. I can't remember when the hell this sequence happens. If it's after you've died or what. But when you go in to fight Clifford again in the past.
Oh yeah,
the war
it's
beach,
like Vietnam.
Yeah, and it's super easy.
Yeah, I was trying other weapons on those guys this time just to see. I threw grenades at them and stuff.
Yeah,
they didn't really do anything. Yeah, I liked how the wars were different wars. Or his flashbacks. It started World War I, then it was II, and then it was Vietnam.
Yeah.
But that would mean he was like a billion years old.
Yeah. I think it's just he was Vietnam.
I don't even think he would have been Vietnam.
No?
Like, no.
Oh, yeah, I guess not.
Like, maybe it wasn't Vietnam. Or maybe it wasn't World War I and World War II. Or maybe he just knows it's like historical wars that he just goes to.
He just goes to the historical war beach.
There's no way he could have been in all 3 wars.
No, definitely not.
Vietnam War would be a stretch for a man as old as Mads Mikkelsen in like, this timeline.
Yeah, because it's like whatever year it is. I don't know what year.
But like Vietnam War was like the 60s.
Yeah. So
this is obviously past 2020.
Yeah.
So it would have been like 80 years old, 90 years old. Like, no, I don't think so. Yeah, it was just like, he just has a lot of interesting ideas and doesn't really know how to do it. He really likes to see his name up there in the lights. It said like produced and written by Hideo Kojima like 4 times.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I mean, he rolled credits so many times. It's like crazy.
The one thing I did notice in the credits was funny is it said like the voice actor for Clifford Unger's effort sounds was another guy. It's like effort sounds. Yeah, it was like Mads Mikkelsen wouldn't do grunting or something like that. So they had to have someone else record grunts. I don't know.
So when we actually get to see what happened with Clifford Unger's escape with the BB, with Sam, I liked that whole part. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I thought it was really good.
That was also why it sort of implied to me that BB was Sam before he was revealed to be Sam.
Yeah.
Is because he's there in the cutscene, like in between Unger and like Die Hardman.
Yeah.
Where a BB it was, you know? So, I liked it when you were BB like floating around the hallway.
Yeah,
that was weird. So all this weird shit. The other thing too is like I don't know if they ever show Sam's stomach in the game because he has the cut on his stomach.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do.
Which is what the doll has on him.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, it's very weird.
Yeah, very, very weird.
But yeah, the ending was just, I was sitting there like, oh my God.
I know. I was just like, oh, when is this going to be ending? Because, you go, there's the inauguration of Deadman as president. Yeah. And it's like this whole thing. Die Hardman, as president. And he's talking about the unsung hero, which of course Sam sounds like, I don't want to listen to this. And he leaves. Yeah. But then freaking everyone comes up to you. He's like, oh, hey, about what happened and all this stuff. Here's my whole backstory.
And Die Hardman comes out with some of the worst acting in the game. And he's like crying about I don't even know what he's crying about. I just was like, whoa, this is really bad.
He's crying about the whole him having to shoot Clifford.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was just so bad.
Yeah.
Just so bad.
And then you go out. You get stopped by Deadman first. Then you get stopped by Die Hardman. Then you get stopped by...
I think Lochner talks to you.
I don't think she does.
Oh, I can't remember.
You get stopped by... You really... Sam really just like pushes Lochner and Mama away all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But she's like wanted to get in there and Sam's just like, get out of here.
Yeah. Lochner did end up carrying the BB at one point. Mm-hmm. They gave her the baby, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, I like that too.
She didn't have her baby anymore. Then
you get stopped by Fragile on the way out. And this is, you have to go dispose of your BB because it's dead. But then Deadman's like, oh, I've removed your cufflink. You're no longer linked to the thing. If it burns up, you'll no longer be connected. And maybe you can take your BB out of the thing and see what happens.
Yeah. Anyways, he takes it out and he's like trying to bring it back to life, and he does. And he's got Louise or whatever.
That scene it was very powerful, but it felt weird.
Yeah, it did feel weird too.
Yeah.
Also, like, why did he not burn the case for the BB? He burnt his cufflinks and then he leaves the case for the BB on the ground.
Yeah.
So weird. What else can we say about this? Oh, I will say that after I did beat it, I started a new game just because I wanted to see, like, if I noticed anything that linked up, Mm-hmm. And like I said, you see the 5 guys in the sky and whatever. But I also went through on my main save and I was like looking at all the hints because not all the hints pop up on the screen.
No.
So I was looking at them and there's like, wow, there's like things in here that would have been nice to know. For example, did you know that if you fire a gun through a blood cloud, it damages BTs? So like if you hit a BT with a grenade and he's like not going to die, you can just shoot it and it'll kill it.
Huh.
Because the blood gets on the bullets.
Yeah.
And it was like...
Oh, just like regular bullets? Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, like why the fuck didn't it tell us that anywhere? There was another one too. I took a screenshot, but it didn't show up on my PlayStation app, so I can't remember what it was, but it was something similar where it was like, why didn't they tell us this like more in depth,
I could have sworn I played this game more than you. But looking at the stats now, you definitely played way more than me.
Well, I don't know if I'm way more than you, but I have more likes. And
I ended up with Porter grade 245. Yeah. You ended up with 291.
Yeah, that's just because I made the roads. I got so many levels from roads.
Your total likes received was 224,823.
Yeah.
Mine was 106,847.
I'm playing the director's cut too, though. So
that's
there's
true.
Probably more people playing it than
probably
the base edition on PC. I don't know, though.
Oh, you only soothed BB 8 times.
If he's crying, fuck him. I don't care. He can go. He can go autotoxemia or whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
I soothed them 18 times.
I only had him go like toxic shock one time, and it's like, okay, I'll go rest in the room. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of things that, like, from the first time I played that I didn't know that doesn't, like, for like soothing BB. I'd be like, oh, he's crying, let me soothe him. Now it's just he'll stop crying on his own. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The other thing too is
running
like
and jumping, and he's like, ah.
Yeah. The other thing too is like the spray to fix your boxes and stuff. The
Yeah.
first time I played, I thought, oh, if it'll just break eventually because of the rain.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't break eventually because of the rain. It becomes damaged. And
Yeah.
then if you like fall and like break it and smash it and shit, then it'll break.
Yeah.
So the first time I played, I was always carrying around these sprays to fix my boxes, which you never fucking need.
No, I rarely use those. I used them like once or twice. And then like that was it. If I had one on me because I picked up somebody else's, then I would use it.
Yeah, basically. So I was looking into what the differences between your edition and the edition I had were. And there was things that, again, they don't ever tell you. Like, apparently, Sam can do drop kicks in the special edition.
Okay.
If you run at a guy, jump and attack, he'll do like a drop kick.
Oh, crazy.
Like a flying star press. It's like, I didn't know that. What else? So that mission where I said you could go into the bunker, that is only on the special edition. That was like the special edition or the director's cut when they did the reveal trailer where Sam, I don't know if you remember this, there's a scene where Sam hides in a box, very much Metal Gear style. That's from the director's cut.
Yeah.
They added another automobile that I never saw. There's like a roadster you can drive around in, like a sports car, which I never ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
The coloring of your BB was special edition.
Yep.
The all-terrain, not all-terrain, I don't even know what it was called, but there's another set of legs that you can only get in the director's cut.
That's like, and you get those legs earlier on in the game.
Yeah, that was the one that I found in the first area. Yeah, there's just all this stuff that they don't ever tell you. So in your version, they don't tell you how to really do a route. They say you can do it, but that's it. They don't ever say like, you should do it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, in the first mission where you have to take, I think it's something to like the distribution center. It's like, oh, check out the routes. You can set your own, but we've given you 3 options to check out. And then you can look in the map and it shows you 3 routes they made out that you can choose how to get to where you want to go. I never really used routes anyways.
Yeah, no, me neither. I never even knew they were there.
Yeah, if you would like do the scan, it would put a line on the ground showing you where your route was so you can follow it. Because you can look on the map and be like, I want to go up this valley and climb up here. And
I made my own a couple times. Just at the start before when I was having to walk the entire time. But after that, I never really made any. Yeah. I would put a ping down if I wanted to go to one place, but that's it.
Yeah. I never really did either. Yeah. It seemed really worthwhile to me.
Okay. So in order to get, you got 2 S Legends.
Yes.
In your thing. And in order to get that, before you accept a standard delivery, you have to select premium delivery down in the tab with available deliveries. If you complete it right, you will get the rank.
Yes. Those were, it's just like a regular delivery, but you have to do it like 8 minutes or something like that. So I just did it to try it out.
Which doing it in 8 minutes, that's easy mode. It's like, time delivery, I got 45 minutes. Pfft,
yeah.
Come on.
I know.
What do you take me for? Just get on my bike, drive all the way there in 2 minutes. And
exactly.
It's like done.
What else?
Let's
I'm sure there's something else here. Oh. So the other thing with obviously we know now that in Death Stranding 2, Higgs is alive and he gets off the beach because Fragile's like, I want to take care of Higgs. Mm-hmm. So we give her a gun and she goes off with Higgs. And of course she can teleport now that we've taken care of everything. Yeah. And you hear a gun go off and say, oh, that's the end of that. And then we get back to the real world and she's like, I couldn't do it. I left him there. And now in Death Stranding 2, he's off the beach. Mm-hmm. So way to go, Fragile. That's the other thing too. You watched the Death Stranding 2 trailer just today.
I wasn't paying attention at all.
So the first thing is Fragile. Her body's fine in it because they show her her hand is out. Yeah. And she gets like,
she got de-aged.
She's got some juice on her hand and it gets old on that one spot. But in this one, she's like granny body, except her face. Yeah. And then they talk about how, I don't know what happens in Death Stranding 2 or whatever, but in the trailer, Sam says like, you're the one that shot Lou. And it's like, well, Lou got shot in the first one, but Lou was alive. So I don't know what's going on there.
Are they retconning everything?
who knows? But I mean, we don't really know much about who. Does anything matter? And like, they're just going to switch it up any way they want. So it doesn't matter really. Yeah, I enjoyed the game more or less, but just Kojima needs like someone to rein him in.
Yeah, I think so. And they better spend more time on the driving physics.
Oh, I would hope
in
so.
part 2.
Yeah, it was pretty bad in this one.
Oh god, it was so bad. You'd like come off of a bridge into like flat ground, but if the bridge was just angled the right way, you just hard stop, just bonk right on the ground. I'm like, it's got circular wheels on the front. Yeah. That's what they do.
I know. It's pretty bad. Yeah, especially just like be stuck on a rock. Somehow finally get over the rock, but it's like brakes don't work anymore, so you go shooting off the edge of a cliff.
Oh my
god,
brakes didn't work.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was just you had slicks, you'd hit the brakes, you just keep going, keep sliding, slam it in reverse, keep going.
Yeah. I only did like 2 of the missions you get from email, just because I never read the emails. Maybe there's more information. Maybe the game makes more sense if I read the emails. I don't know. But there are missions you can do in the emails, and I'm wondering what you get from them. Because the one was like from the distribution west of Port Knot City, or Capital Knot City.
Yeah.
There's a mission to just rest in your room. Whatever. You do that. And then the other one was the guy's like, oh, I lost my package. It's just to the east of town. Follow the river. It's like a cube shaped thing. You won't miss it, right? So I was like, what is this? You probably did this one too. There's just a lost package that's the companion cube from Portal.
Oh, no, I didn't do that one.
Pick it up and then you get the Gordon glasses.
Nice.
So I had Gordon Freeman's glasses because of that. So I don't know if the other ones just give you cosmetics or whatever, but yeah, it was interesting to... Because I was like, I don't remember doing this. And then as soon as I went over there, I was like, oh, I did do this. So.
Yeah, I didn't do any of those. I mean, if you
don't have to take them, though. They just appear, basically.
If you have to convey a lot of your storylines so things make sense through email.
Yeah.
You've made
I don't mind if it's background information.
Yeah, if it's stuff that's not important.
Lore stuff or whatever. I don't know if there's anything in there that matters to the gameplay, really. Because I didn't bother reading after like the first 4.
Yeah.
But like with Amelie explaining her whole death and splitting and everything like that, it's like, oh, any other like well-written movie or show, there would have been like an aha moment where it's like, oh, that's what's happening. Where it's this, it's like, no, I got to sit an hour learning about how her Ha and Ka split, and then her Bridget's body grew old, but she stayed the same, and we're the same but different, and it's just like, oh my fucking god.
Yes.
So, anyways, I'll probably play Death Stranding 2, maybe. I just don't want to play with a PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
The PS5 controller has a microphone in it. No, a speaker in it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so that's where fucking BB was crying to me from.
Yeah, I remember
time.
that. I was playing it on the PlayStation 4. I remember that.
Shut up. I don't want to hear your whining.
Yes.
Very annoying.
Yeah. Overall, God, I don't know. Because there's so much bad about the game. But it was still extremely enjoyable to play.
Yeah, you'd think like the delivery aspect sounds stupid as hell.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting. And I enjoyed eventually, fighting the BTs and everything like that, even though it'd be like, fuck, I got to sneak through these goddamn BTs again. But then there's also like things there. It's like, what's the point of the gas mask? You literally use it once. One time. It's like, why even put that in there? Just because they wanted to show off particle effects? Yeah, I don't know. Because as soon as that showed up, I'm like, okay, there's going to be like poison areas I got to go through. Nope. Not at all.
I think the whole aspect of the deliveries while building a good network and building roads, doing all the ladders, the zip lines, all that kind of stuff, that was extremely enjoyable. Like just being able to like get a zip line network going and just going zip, delivered.
Yeah.
That was extremely fun.
The other thing too that I noticed after I beat it is if you go into your like bridge links thing, you probably never went in there. There'll be a list of people you've sort of interacted with.
I've been in there, yeah.
But if you actually like link with them, then you see more of their stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I never did that because I never knew about it really. So if you go in there and you can like become a pal with somebody and then you'll see like more of their buildings. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just went with what I saw on the map and that was it. So.
Yeah, I didn't really link with anybody. I mean, every time I died, I would go and touch somebody's body and be like, hey, let's link up a little bit since you're dead in the water.
That's not the linking I'm talking about.
No, but it's the same kind of deal. You get your link gets stronger so you can see more of their things.
Yeah, but you can like go and become like super buds.
Super buds?
Super buds.
Hey, you want to be super buds?
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yes.
This is something anyways.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Gameclub. Don't forget, we're going to be starting Deus Ex Mankind Divided next week.
Yes.
So make sure you join the Discord down below so that you can keep up with how many chapters, how many missions, how many whatever the heck it's going to be that we're playing.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work.
It is mission based.
Yeah.
And it is chapter based. So there are a bunch of missions per chapter, and then there's a bunch of sub missions you can do within that chapter.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be an X amount of storyline missions that we'll play.
Yes.
So make sure you join the Discord and keep up with that because it's kind of based on how much I can play at a time, which is going to be more
Infinite
difficult.
Amounts. Oh, less amounts.
It could be less amounts. I don't know. I'm probably going to start playing today.
Okay.
After. And that's going to bring us to the end of this podcast. If you like what you heard, and I know that you did, make sure to leave us a thumbs up, leave us a like, rate us, let us know how we're doing. Just reach out and poke one of us and be like, hey man, I like your podcast.
Oh yeah,
you guys are doing great.
Oh, thank you.
Or be like, hey man,
you suck.
You suck.
Delete yourself from the internet.
Delete yourself.
KYS in Minecraft.
Yeah. And we will see you guys again. In 1 week's time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.